Right now, Israel is vowing to respond to Iran's missile strike that targeted the country at about this time yesterday.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Tehran will pay for its aggression, but the timing of that response is still uncertain. Meanwhile, Israeli forces are clashing with Iranian-backed Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon. This as the Israeli military continues its strikes in parts of Beirut.
CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab is in the Lebanese capital surveying damage there. Imtiaz.
Well, we're here in the southern Beirut neighborhood of Dahia, and as you can see, this building has been almost completely obliterated. And as we've been traveling through here every so often, we'll see scenes like this. Now, we have been brought here, invited here by Hezbollah, who wanted journalists to see the destruction in this neighborhood after so many days of Israeli strikes, including following the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, not far from where I am now, which completely obliterated an entire city block. Now, all of this comes at a time of extreme tension following Iran's response to the assassination of Hassan Nasrallah, which saw all those rockets targeted at Israel. And the fear is that what we've been seeing here and what we've been seeing now is only going to get worse.
For more on this, let's bring in Sam Vinograd. She's a CBS News national security contributor who formerly served as the Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism and Threat Prevention at the Department of Homeland Security. Sam, welcome. It was roughly 24 hours ago. You and I were trying to analyze this attack as it was unfolding. And at that time, it seemed that Iran wanted to demonstrate reach but limit damage. Now that we're looking at this announced Israeli response, how might it mirror that impact?
Well, Errol, I actually assess that Iran was trying to impact significant damage on the ground in Israel. The reality is that they failed. They launched 200 ballistic missiles, which is significant firepower. The reason they were unsuccessful is because of Israel's multi-layered air defense system, entities known as David Sling and the Arrow air defense system, in addition to support from the United States. So I do think Iran was trying to impact damage and failed because of preparations by the United States and Israel. As we look at the Israeli response, it is clear that Benjamin Netanyahu has taken unprecedented steps over the past several months to eliminate threats to Israel's security, including by assassinating Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, including by assassinating Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon, and more. And so I would not rule out that Israel takes steps that really go beyond the guardrails or what folks think is off limits. I think that Netanyahu is feeling more comfortable targeting a broader range of entities within Iran, within the region, to eliminate these threats to the state of Israel.
And there are multiple threats at this point now, Sam, and the United States is trying to thread the needle by coming to the defense of their ally. It's sent additional troops previously to the Middle East, but it's trying to stop a larger regional war. How does the Biden administration now try to navigate this? Might we see increased involvement?
Well, there's a couple objectives for the United States right now. First and foremost, the U.S. objectives are to prevent harm to U.S. citizens and assets in the region. And so part of the deployments that we've seen, Lana, including assets that could help with an evacuation of American citizens in what's known as a non-combatant evacuation operation, are to ensure the safety and security of U.S. citizens if the situation deteriorates further. So first off, the Biden administration is focused on protecting Americans. Second, the Biden administration is focused on defending Israel. As you mentioned, it's not just one threat facing the state of Israel. The state of Israel is facing threats from Iran and its network, its spider web of proxy groups in the region. And that is why Israel is currently fighting in Gaza, fighting in the West Bank, fighting in Lebanon, and they've had to take action in Syria and other countries as well. The Biden administration is trying to prevent this spiraling into a situation in which Israel is being faced by even more threats, is overstretched in various areas, and the region erupts into chaos in such a manner that could have spillover effects that could more directly hurt American interests. But I think it's important that we don't confuse the United States calls for de-escalation with the United States not supporting Israel's right to defend itself, which could include the United States sharing information with Israel that could be helpful in terms of targeting Iran, for example, Lana.
All right. Sam Vinograd, really appreciate all of your insights. Thank you.
Thanks.